What's up, everyone? My name is Alan, founder and consultant at For Now Marketing, and welcome to day 19 of Braze-mas 2023. Before we get started, if you have any questions, whether you are currently using Braze or considering using Braze, please feel free to reach out. You can find these addresses and more in the YouTube description below. We are going over the third option for action-based campaigns, API triggered. This option doesn't get as much love as the other two options, but there are plenty of use cases for this option. So let's get started. So far, we've gone over the other two types of campaign delivery types. So first, we talked about the classic traditional scheduled send, where you set the exact date and time that the message will be sent. Then we talked about the action-based option, where the message is sent based on an action that the user performed. Finally, API triggered, many times also called the server triggered, is when the brand wants to decide when the message gets sent out. So maybe your users can submit an application on your app or your website, and you want to send an email to your users when the application has been reviewed. And there's no set time when the application gets reviewed, so we can't use scheduled. And also, the application review is out of the user's control, so we can't use action-based. In our case, API triggered would be perfect because then the brand can set up the logic to trigger the message from the backend once the application has been reviewed. So we set up the campaign in the Braze dashboard, just like any other campaigns. Then we launch and provide the campaign ID, which is right here, to our engineering team. And lastly, they implement the logic in the backend that will decide when this campaign will get triggered. Unfortunately, with the API triggered option, we don't really get the option to add any of the additional features that we discussed yesterday, like quiet hours or campaign duration. However, API triggered messages are often used for transactional messages. So from my experience, I've had no issues without these missing features. And if these features are absolutely necessary, then the engineering team may be able to implement some of that custom logic for the marketing team. And one last note on today's topic, canvases have the exact same entry type called API triggered, and there's really no difference at all between how API triggered works for canvases versus campaigns. Of course, for canvases, the API triggered entry determines when the user will enter the canvas, not when they'll receive messages. That's it for day 19. Tomorrow we'll go over the delivery controls feature, which I'm sure you've been wondering about over the last several days. If you have any questions, please share them in the comments. We're happy to help. If you learned something from this video, please subscribe for more awesome Braze videos in the future. Thank you for watching and see you next time.